Okay, we are actually live. It took me a minute to set this up. Honestly, took me a longer time than I'd like to admit. But we're here. We're here. We've made it here. I'm actually not even done setting stuff up because I'm supposed to set up the timer, but finding that difficult to do. But we're basically set, ready to go. Juventus versus AC Milan. First stream on the channel. We're testing things out. It is a good match to test streams. I want to be, trying to be doing watch alongs and stuff like that, but I haven't really found a match that is interesting enough for me to do that. And I think, a match like Juventus AC Milan, I was gonna watch it, on my own, but I was like, you know what? We could just test stream with this match and do that. Oh, I have some other aesthetics I want to include on stream. Give me a second, guys. The stream is gonna be a little bit, just a little bit. That's a little bit up and down, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Excuse the plants. Excuse the plants. Pay the plants no mind. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry about that. Jeez. You guys actually cannot see the plants yet. Don't worry. It's gonna be magical. When I switch scenes, you're gonna see a really amazing plant. Let's add a little bit of aesthetics to the stream. Boom. We're on it. Good. All right. So while we're on stream, I'm going to try and figure out how to get the timer going on. So it's going to be a tad bit late, but we're going to try and get that working. But I think this is going to be an interesting match. I mean, looking at the lineup for AC Milan, we have Pulisic. Oh no, it's Juventus on my screen now. Oh, it's AC Milan now. Okay. It's AC Milan on my screen now. Let's just have a look at the lineup. We have Pulisic, Jimenez. Don't know the other guy's name. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Rabiot, Modric, which I'm very interested to see. Fofana, Salamankers. Who is that? Pavlovic. Jesus Christ. All right. Give me a second here. I gotta be sure I gotta get my bearings right here. Give me a tiny bit. But the match is about to begin. Even though I'm not ready, the match is about to begin. So, AC Milan, it is Pavlovic. Gabbia Tomori. Tomori is a defender I think has been in Serie A for a very long time, and we haven't seen him move to a big club, and you kind of be thinking, a player of his quality, I mean, AC Milan is not a small team, but the performances, you'd be thinking maybe he'd go to our Manchester City, something along those lines, but we never saw that. So that's the lineup for AC Milan on your screen. We have Juventus, Jonathan David, Yildiz, Consensao, Cambiaso, McKennie, Thuram, Kalulu, Kelly. Lloyd Kelly is also another player I didn't think would be a main, man in the Juventus lineup. I really didn't think that was going to be the case, but apparently he is. He came from Bournemouth, I believe. Yeah. Rugani, Gatti, and then Di Gregorio in between the sticks. We'll also have the stats on screen. I want to see if you guys can see that. The painful thing is with the stats, to be honest, I could put the stats at the left hand side. So we can have the lineup on the right hand side, the stats on the left hand side. I'm still figuring things out, guys. Pay me no mind. But Milan on the attack, good cross into the box. I think it's a Milan corner. The player I couldn't, mention, the player whose name I couldn't mention. I think it was not Cambiaso. It was a Milan attack, so it definitely wasn't Cambiaso. Yeah, the player whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. I think Milan's left back. was the one making the darting run on the left-hand side, looking to do something dangerous. But unfortunately, he couldn't. All right, I think we can have the stats over here. Let me just be sure about that first of all. Refresh. Make sure we've got our stats on. Do we have our stats on? We do. We do have our stats on. We have our stats on, but it's showing in a weird way. Give me a second. Again, we are still figuring things out on stream, but I'm going to try my best to give you the commentary. Try not to focus too much on the stream. Juventus on the left-hand side. Cambiaso. They're in the 18-yard box now. I think that's Yildiz, number 10. Good ball into Jonathan David. And McKennie almost did something with the rebound. Almost. Couldn't get there all the way though, but almost did something. I believe we could get that working here. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. I would like that to actually be here. But the problem is, if we're going to switch it, let's go into... I'll have to be transitioning every time I want to switch from... I mean, I don't necessarily have to do it in studio mode. But studio mode also allows me to make changes. I'm basically speaking to myself. Don't. Yeah. But let's just try with the stats on the left. Stats on the left, line up on the right. I think makes things a tad bit more interesting. So to have my lineup here as well. Definitely do. Oh, we could do. Okay, actually we could take this out. I don't necessarily have to watch this. Like I'm not giving you guys the commentary you deserve. Still trying to set things up, especially with the trying to get the timer thing going on. I think maybe we'll figure out the timer thing later. It's not that necessary. It's not that important at the moment. What's important now is we, get through the match and stuff like that. Okay, all right. I think I'm good to go. Yeah. I think I have most of my stuff set up. Oh, whoa. No, I don't. My bad. Sorry about that. Took the stats right off your screen. And now it's showing me different stats. Okay, not what I want to see. This is what I want to see though. More of this. Thank you very much. Yeah, so the stats is coming straight in from SofaScore. That's what we're working with today in terms of stats. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. First stream, actually, of the channel. It's a very big stream in terms of, setting things up. I was thinking I was going to do a chill stream and nothing crazy, but I was like, you know what? You might as well just go big. Go big or go home. And I think it's fine. It's a good stream. So let me know what you guys do think about the setup and everything going on. Milan, is that Pulisic in the 18-yard box? He still kept it. Over to the left back. Still not going to attempt saying his name. Is that Modric? I believe that is Modric. Puts a cross into the box. No one is there. To the Juventus goalkeeper it goes to. Timer. I think I might try fixing the timer up in the second half. Because I think if I try and focus on doing the timer, it might just make things, I might just miss out on something going on in the match, which I definitely don't want to do, because I think this is the first, apart from the Juventus Inter Milan match, I think this is the first Serie A match I'm actually sitting down to watch. So, sorry, the second. I mean, if you count the Juventus Inter Milan match. So, interesting times. But I think it's been end-to-end so far. First 6 minutes of the game, Juventus no one has really had clear-cut chances. It's been balanced. Been a balanced start to the game. Nothing crazy going on. But with I think the the pull of Serie A at the moment is the quality of players that are in the league right now. I mean, we have Modric and AC Milan. The quality players are not in like small teams where maybe they'd be the one carrying the entire team. They're in teams where they could get supplements to their quality. And what I mean by that is Modric is not in a team like Genoa where he's going to be the one carrying the team and the team around him is going to play badly, but a player of Modric's quality is not going to play badly. He's in a team like AC Milan where they have players like Rabiot, Fofana in the midfield who can help him out. So I think the quality in Serie A has definitely gone up over the past few years, which has made it a lot more enticing and more interesting to do. Luca talks. How did you make this? A lot of work. Actually, funny thing, not a lot of work. So this is inspired by Goldbridge. If he does end up seeing this, very, very inspired by Goldbridge. I watch a lot of Goldbridge watch-alongs, and I was just like, you know what? I might as well just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take inspiration from that, and yeah, I basically just designed most of this myself on Photoshop, which is very accessible. So yeah, self-designed, but the idea wasn't mine. I will say that. I designed it myself, but the idea wasn't mine. Straight from Goldbridge. So if he does end up watching this one day, props to him. Foul for Juventus, I believe, for Fofana. Tripping Consensao. I think Consensao as well was a good signing for Juventus. I think last season I was thinking he was going to go back to, was it Porto? I think it was Porto. I thought he was going to go back to Porto, but I think Juventus getting him on a permanent deal is definitely something to, is something that I think is going to help them a lot because he's a good player. He's a very, I think he's one of those players where you have to watch him to know how good he is. I don't think he puts up as much numbers as you'd expect or maybe as you'd want a winger to be putting up, but he definitely is one of those players where he's got that quality. And it's not just in Serie A, in Portugal as well. He's come up with a lot of clutch goals for Portugal. Juventus is passing the ball on the left-hand side in Milan's half. Cambiaso on the left-hand side. I think he kept that in. I don't think that's a throw-in. I think he kept that in. But yeah, this match. Okay. Now that I look at it, he actually didn't keep that in. Yeah, he didn't keep that in, actually. Now that I have a look at it. Tomori, man. I think every time I look at Tomori, I'm always stunned. He doesn't even get in the England team. It's been a while since I've seen Tomori in the England team. I think he's so underrated, and he's been underrated for a very long time. I think Tomori has been one of the best center backs in Serie A for a while now. I really do think so. And he has been ignored in that conversation, and he's been ignored in the England setup conversation. I think he's a player that definitely could be getting into the England setup, but the bias to pick English players, that's players playing in the Premier League, is a lot more prevalent when it comes to the England setup. You're more likely to pick players playing in the Premier League as compared to if you're playing in another league. So I don't know if Tomori is ever going to get in the English setup, but I think he should be. Juventus on the right-hand side, I believe that is, good chance. McKennie in the box. Couldn't get his footing right. And it's a good clearance from AC Milan. I have to get the names of the Juventus players right. I don't want to be guessing, I have to get the names of the players right when it comes to, get attacks and stuff like that. Or it was okay, it was Kalulu. Why is Kalulu playing right back? Or right wing back in this case? Very, very strange. Very strange setup. I thought Pierre Kalulu was more of a center back, but if he's playing there at this stage of the season, he's definitely been a good player at that position. So can't complain. I think Juventus have had more of the ball in terms of creating chances. Haven't really seen much from Milan, but as I say that, they are on the attack here. Rabiot, another player who has kind of been in the game, has been semi-impactful. Nothing crazy from him, but he is a steady Eddie, and he will get you performances once in a while. Milan trying to slow the game down. Modric, always a cornerstone of possession-based football, and he's proven that. I mean, it's so crazy to see Modric. Like, he's so good. I think he is so good. He has played so many positions in his football career, attacking midfield, 8, and I think now in Juventus he's playing as a 6. He's literally in the back line of Juventus, and he never did this at Real Madrid. And you're like, it's crazy how versatile he is, and he's playing the position so well. Basically doing the cruise road at AC Milan, and he's doing so well. Really, really good player, Modric. And to see him playing at the top level at his age, so good. Excited to see what he can do. Milan, I think so far Milan has had a pretty difficult time breaking this Juventus team down. Juventus, on the other hand, I think have had maybe the better chances in the overall look of the game. But we are still in the early stages. Yildiz, left-hand side, taking on Tomori. Still on the ball. Locatelli on the left-hand side gets a throw-in. They're really utilizing the left-hand side, Juve. I think that's where most of their attacking threat comes from. Allegri as well, another manager that I think. Okay, I don't think Allegri has been an underrated manager. I think people do know his quality when it comes to taking teams, building teams, taking teams from like the ground up and building them in a way where they can be stable. He's done that at Juventus as well. So to see him setting up this AC Milan team to end up doing something is very good for him too. Darting run from the Milan defender. He's still up there. He's still up there. Pavlovic. He made a darting run from the back line, and he's still up there. That's good. Cross into the box for AC Milan, but nothing dangerous. I think, again, as the game has gone on, nothing crazy from AC Milan yet in terms of chances created, but they're slowly building into the game. Slowly. Juventus had the better chances in the start of the game, but I think they've also slowly faded out a little bit. Looking good so far. If you're new to the channel, by the way, if you're new to the channel and you're watching, make sure to subscribe. We do not daily. I don't know if it's daily. I'm trying to make it more daily content, but we do match reactions, match analysis, football analysis, and I am also looking to introduce a new series into the channel called Ones to Watch, where we do have a look at young upcoming players, look at their stats, and predict if they could end up being one of the best players in the world in the future if they end up going on the right path. And we did one video with Nico Paz. You can check that out. I think it was very, very good. He's a very underrated player as well, another Serie A player that I think could be very good. I know he's still a player, he's still a Real Madrid player. In the second year, AC Milan on the attack. Kalulu, oh, he's still on the ball, edge of the box. Good. Ooh, not a penalty. But good dink into him from Salamancers. Oh, it's Fofana, not Kalulu. Did very well to hold on to the ball at the edge of the box. Salamancers. Quick little flick into him as he runs into the box. And yeah, that's not a penalty. Locatelli does have his hand on his back, but nothing in it to give away a penalty. But as I was saying, I think Nico Paz being a Real Madrid player is going to be interesting because next season Madrid will have to make a decision on him, and whether to keep him or not would be up to Alonso. And I don't know if he's going to get game time, because I think by the time he gets into the team, players like Mastantuono, Arda Güler, they would have been mature enough to be very key players for Real Madrid. And I don't know where. I think Nico Paz plays Arda Güler's position, so it will be interesting to see where he does fit into the team. But I think it will be very difficult to see where he goes into the team in terms of position. And I think if he's coming from Como, where he's starting every week, he wouldn't want to come to Real Madrid and sit on the bench, because he would have made a name for himself. He's doing very well this season. And yeah, I think, if you wanna watch that, Ones to Watch every week, every Friday, every week, we'll do that on the channel. So you can subscribe if you're new to the channel, and then make sure not to miss out on that. Still a bit, Juventus more on the possession side. Well, actually, Milan have had more possession. Good cross into the box from Yildiz, I believe, or Cambiaso. I think it's Cambiaso. Yeah, it is Cambiaso. No, it's not Cambiaso. I'm so confused. Is it Cambiaso? Well, it's not Cambiaso. Who's 27? Okay, 27 is Cambiaso. So it was Yildiz, it wasn't Cambiaso. Good to know. I think we haven't seen any clear-cut chances. Maignan and Di Gregorio. Maignan and Di Gregorio haven't been tested this game, so no really big clear-cut chances being made in the game yet by anyone. But if I had to put a guess on who's gonna get the first goal, I think might be Juventus, to be honest. Might be Juventus. I think they've gotten closer, although their closer is not is not as close as you'd want it to be, but they have gotten closer as compared to AC Milan. Milan have just been slowly building into the game, passing the ball around, trying to find that open space. I think their best chance was when Fofana was on the edge of the box, and then he got that flick from Salamancers. But apart from that, nothing really crazy. Be good to see Modric impacts the game. I think he's also slowly building into the game. He's just dictating the tempo. That's all. Nothing crazy from Modric yet. Juventus, this could be a good counter position. Consensao still on the ball. He's still with it. Almost got it, but the ball he's lost in the position might not be good. Is that Pulisic on the run, left hand side? He's twisting and turning, and twists and turns onto the ground. isn't able to do much. Wow, Juventus playing very, very dangerous football there. Not clearing the ball, just kind of passing the ball a little bit. Clearing the ball, to be honest, because there's a lot of Milan. Okay, ooh, I'd say that's a foul, to be honest. Holds on to Pulisic, prevents him from applying the pressure. Oh, Yildiz, so good with his feet. With his feet, Yildiz, so good. Does very well to hold on to the ball. Contensao on the right hand side. He's driving. Puts a cross into the box. McKennie. Ooh, good clearance from the AC Milan defense. Another cross into the box. Locatelli with a interesting bicycle kick. And it's a goal kick for AC Milan. As I said, Juventus have had the better chances in the game. I think Pulisic had Milan's best chance where Contensao lost the ball. Pulisic won it off him, and he was twisting and turning and lost balance. Yeah, that's not a foul. He just lost balance. He was just twisting and turning and just fell over. 20 minutes into the game, the stats are interesting. AC Milan controlling possession. I think Milan have just been building themselves into the game. Modric has been very key in that, dictating the tempo, getting the ball, making the important passes. Almost lost the ball in a dangerous position, but Locatelli still has it and is still in the Milan half. That was a bad ball into the box from not Kalulu. Is it Kalulu? Kalulu is, oh my God, goodness gracious me. Kalulu is in the Juventus shirt. I thought Kalulu was in the AC Milan shirt because I remember he's an AC Milan player. I'm confusing players here. Don't pay any attention to my mentioning of players. But although you do actually have to pay attention to that because you guys can see what's going on the screen. I'm basically commentating for you, so you do have to pay attention to what I'm saying. So I'm gonna try and get the names correctly. My bad. So Kalulu is in Juventus. It's a free kick, I believe, for Juventus. Didn't really see what happened, but it's a free kick in a position where some might say too far for Ronaldo to think about it, but I don't think Locatelli's going to think about it. It's going to be a cross into the box. Good header. Straight forward to Maignan. Oh, whoa. McKennie or Jonathan David. A little bit aggressive there, isn't he? But 20 minutes into the game, I think it's been pretty balanced. I think. Juventus have had the better chances, but I think Milan, good ball. Thought Modric would get that. He doesn't get that. That was ambitious. Ambitious from Juventus. Saw Maignan off his line and tried to actually dink it over the top. Didn't work out well, but it was from Kalulu, the player whose name I'm getting wrong most of the time. It's been an interesting match. Very technical in terms of teams trying to size each other up. That's Milan and Juventus. There hasn't really been any major mistakes, I think, apart from the one Contensao made. But as soon as I say that, AC Milan almost gave the ball away. Modric, he's hardly going to miss a pass. Good idea. So you could have given that to Modric. Rabiot on the ball. Go switch over to the left-hand side. I believe that's Salamancas. Over to Tomori. They're building slowly. Is that rain? Jesus Christ. Give me like 2 seconds, guys. It's literally raining. I have something to go take outside. I'll be back right now. Like 2 seconds. We're back. We're back. We are back. All right. Pulisic, left hand side for Milan. Finds Rabiot. Modric. Oh no, now Modric finds Rabiot. Modric again. Who is number 11 for? Okay, number 11 is Pulisic. Modric sizing up the opposition. Finds Rabiot. To the left back. Still not going to try and pronounce his name. Milan lose the ball. Jonathan David. Over to Conceição. He's quick on the ball. Finds Jonathan David. Doesn't really have a lot of options to pass forward to. Passes it back. Juventus in possession of the ball. Lloyd Kelly. Darting forward. I think Milan have been very defensively solid in terms of position. They've been very, tight on your markers. I think Yildiz Conceição are two of Juventus' most dangerous players, I believe, and they haven't been given a sniff this game. And I think that's very, very intentional from AC Milan. Anytime Conceição gets the ball, anytime Conceição gets the ball, the Milan left back is straight on him. And he doesn't allow him, but he puts a cross into the box here. Oh, Jonathan David. Jonathan David, you'd expect him to put a leg out there. That was actually very good from Conceição on the right-hand side. Sized up his man. McKennie does very well to at least try and get a touch on it. And Jonathan David, you'd expect him to be more proactive there. Stretch out a leg and, get something on that. But unfortunately, he can't. AC Milan on the attack. I think I've been calling Jimenez Salamanders. Rabiot. Oh, he tries it. He tries the long range. It's not close, but he tries it. You might as well, to be honest, because I think it's been very good defensively. Like, both teams have been very organized defensively. You need something special to beat both defenses. And Conceição actually did almost do something special a minute ago. And I think from what I'm seeing so far, you would need something special to beat both defenses at the moment. Good pass from Conceição. Jonathan David goes that to, I think that was McKennie. Doesn't matter now. It's Yildiz. Kelly providing the overlap and run. I don't think he's going to get there. Kelly made the run. Kelly made the overlap and run. Hesitated a bit, and I think Yildiz also hesitated with the pass. I think he should have probably gone with it in terms of, driving forward into the box, but gives away a goal kick. Pavlovic. No, now it's Pavlovic. There was a left back. The AC Milan left back. If you're watching and you're new to the channel, first of all, actually, let me know what you guys think about if you're watching and you're returning viewer, if you're already, used to the content on the channel, let me know what you guys think about the scoreboard, the graphics and stuff like that. Because again, first stream of the channel, we're trying something new, we're trying something different. And I want to know what you guys actually think, Let me know what you think. Are you liking it? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it trash? Let me know. Free kick for AC Milan. Modric is going to be delivering. You would expect a good ball into the box. So this could be dangerous for Milan because Modric is on it. Set piece. Free kick at a very enticing position. He could deliver a sweet one into the box. And it's not the quality. It's not the quality. It's not the quality you'd expect from Modric, but it was a bit far. But yeah, I was saying start of the stream, I was saying that I think the draw, the pull of the Serie A league at the moment, the Italian league at the moment, is the quality, and the quality is spread out. Wait, hold on. AC Milan on the attack here. I think this is Jimenez driving into the box. He's still driving. He's still on. Is he going to get a shot off? They're allowing him to go forward. Give me a second. Di Gregorio makes the first actual save of the game. It was a good run from Jimenez straight into the box. They allowed him to get to the defensive line, takes a shot straight at the goalkeeper, but he does force a save. Leão is on the bench. Is he injured? Let me just double check this. Is Leão injured? I should be asking the chats for this. Let me know if Leão is injured. And Nkunku is at AC Milan. I didn't know this. This is news to me. So Milan's bench: Nkunku, Rafael Leão, Loftus-Cheek, and that about does it for the players I actually know. The rest of the players, I have no idea who they are. Juventus bench: Openda, Vlahovic, Coop Mainers, Kostic, Mattia Perin, and Turin. That also about does it for the players I know. I just noticed that Thuram is in my starting lineup for Juventus. I've just noticed that. We'll change that in the second half. I just noticed that he is in my starting 11. My bad. Apologies for that. I just looked over to my starting lineup when it showed the Juve team, and I noticed that Thuram was in there. But it's actually McKennie and Locatelli. Good ball in for Kalulu for Juventus. Jonathan David, he slips. What are you slipping on? Good opportunity for Juventus. Kalulu makes they're still on the ball here. Locatelli, not a good shot, but it was a good opportunity for Juventus. Kalulu makes a really good run over the right-hand side of the pitch, puts a good cross into the box, and I don't think he was offside, Jonathan David. And he slips. I don't even know what happens. He gets a touch on the ball, attempts to spin around and smack it, and just slips. Oh, too much momentum. His momentum makes him slip. I don't think that's not a penalty. Okay. I thought they were checking if that was a penalty. I think it was offside, actually. But it is kind of a concern because you're looking at Jonathan David. He's not looking as sharp. I think start of the game, he probably should have, taken that chance. There was a chance where he could have stretched his leg a little bit and taken that chance. Juventus player bleeding here. I think it's Gatti. The defender, Gatti. Yeah, it is Gatti. He was bleeding from his nose. Had to change his top. But yeah, I think if you're looking at Juventus, as we have 10 minutes to second half, you're looking at Juventus, I think a player who you definitely be thinking of subbing is Jonathan David, because he doesn't look as proactive as you'd want a striker to be. I think he's had some good chances where he should be taken. He should be doing better, but fortunately doesn't do that. Foul here for AC Milan. Corner, Lloyd Kelly on Jimenez. Nothing sinister in that. That's a clash of the feet. It's a cool little foul. But I think Milan have had the better chances in the game. If I had to say, Milan have had the better chances in the game so far. I think start of the game, good ball delivery from Modric. Doesn't really have anyone that can get it. I think Jonathan David looks like he's lacking sharpness. It could be this is how he plays because I've never watched Jonathan David in my years of watching football. I've watched clips of him playing in Lille in the French league, but never really sat down to watch a full game. So maybe this is how he plays. But again, if you're watching and you can tell me a little bit about how Jonathan David plays, let me know in the chat. But he's looking a little bit sluggish, you know? He is looking a little bit sluggish, and I think if he was a little bit active, maybe Juventus would have had a few chances by now. Modric switched the play over to the left-hand side, to the Milan left back, which I'm still not going to try and pronounce his name, Pulisic. With the ball, doesn't keep the ball. Juventus trying to break away quickly. Jonathan David finds Kalulu over on the right-hand side. Still with it. Jonathan David, he has dropped very deep into the midfield, almost at the CDM position. And it's back to the back line of Juventus, but they're building up fast. Lloyd Kelly to Yildiz, who has been very quiet this game, hasn't really had much to do. Good ball into the box. Kalulu, oof, had a good touch. Locatelli still on it. Over to Cambiaso. Juventus are building very well here. I think Yildiz is also slowly growing into the game. I think if they can get Yildiz onto the ball a lot more, I think they would, they would be able to do something. Juventus. Consensao. I said this before. I said this again. Consensao and Yildiz are two of the players you would be wanting to have the ball a lot more and creating a lot more chances, because I think Consensao has created the better chances in relation to, I think he's injured. Consensao. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But he doesn't look that distressed. I think it's just a mild abdominal pain. But yeah, as I was saying, I think Consensao, Yildiz, they need to get them on the ball a lot more, and I think they could be able to create better chances. I think Kalulu as well at right back is also interesting. Another player, I think, from what I'm seeing so far, he could do something in the game. But so far, nothing great, nothing amazing going on in the, chance creation department for both teams. Here it is. Let's see what happened. I don't think it was anything crazy. Yeah. I don't even know what happened with Consensao, but he's just holding his abdominals. Oh, my stats are out the way for some weird reason. My stats are not showing, which is very weird. My apologies for that. But looking at the stats, as we have 5 minutes to go in the first half, looking at the stats, I think it's been very 50-50. Juventus have had decent shots, but nothing really to test Maignan. It's just been speculative shots. And I think the XG does speak a lot more than the total shots in the game. I think it is. Goalkeeper saves 1-1. And I think the one save that the Gregorio had to make was a lot more of a demand and save. Nothing crazy, but it was a lot more demand and save that Maignan had to make. So it's been pretty 50-50. Milan definitely built slowly, into the game. And I think they're a lot more comfortable than they were in the first opening minutes. But when Juventus go forward, they do look dangerous. That's one thing I'm gonna say. When the Bianconeri go forward, they do look dangerous, especially when Consensao is on the ball, which he is now. Rugani does well to hold on to the ball. Finds Cambiaso, who finds Yildiz, another player I think is going to be very key. Oh, does well to hold on to it. Cambiaso. Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly is basically playing as a left back sometimes. Very interesting system Juventus are deploying, where a center back like Lloyd Kelly is basically playing as a left back. Yildiz loses the ball to Tomori, and Milan on the attack here. Rabiot does well to find Pulisic on the left-hand side. What can he cook up for AC Milan here? Rabiot. Cross into the box, and it's Jimenez across the face of goal. It's interesting. It's very interesting because you would say this is the second time Juventus have lost the ball, maybe holding on to the ball a little bit too much, and it has led to a good chance for. Oh, that was closer than I thought, actually. Goalkeeper was nowhere near that. It was actually closer than I thought from Jimenez. But yeah, I think you look at the amount of times Juve have lost the ball. Jonathan David on the right-hand side, he's gone past two players, but his pass is a little bit too much. Kalulu. Bad shot. Well, Jonathan David did well. Did well to get past, I think, 2-3 players there. I think the pass was for Consensao. It was for Consensao, and then Kalulu was feeling a little bit ambitious. Tried the shots. With his that was a horrible shot, actually. That was a horrible chance. To try to hit that with the inside of your foot is tremendously not good, you know? You're supposed to hit that with your laces and hope that the ball will curl into the back of the net. I don't know what he was doing trying to hit that with the inside, but yeah, as I was saying, Juventus have lost the ball in some weird position. Jonathan David, again, he looks very, I don't know what the word, he doesn't look proactive. He's running into his own players. He's like, it's weird. It's very weird from Jonathan David. I would really be thinking of subbing him off. I think Lois Apenda would be a better yellow card for Fofana here. What did he do? I didn't think that was a yellow card. I don't think that was a yellow card. He tried to play the pass and Locatelli intercepted. And he, unfortunately kicked Locatelli. I don't think that was a yellow card tackle. It wasn't a tackle. It wasn't even a tackle. Fofana literally tried to play the pass. Weird yellow card, but it's a yellow card for Fofana. But again, I keep getting cut off anytime I'm trying to say this. AC Milan, although haven't had a lot of opportunities, the few opportunities they've had have actually been the best of the game. Both from Jimenez, and you kind of be looking at that as Juventus thinking, we should probably be doing better on the ball, especially from Consensao and Yildiz, because they lost the ball the 2 times that Milan had their chances. So you kind of be looking at that and be concerned a little bit. 1 minute of added time for both teams. What am I saying for both teams? Like you could add 1 minute extra for just one team. 1 minute at a time for the game to the second half. I'm gonna try and set up the timer in second half. Definitely gonna try and do that. Cross into the box for Juventus from the corner, and Maignan claims. Milan are trying to get something before the second half comes into play. Good ball. Oh, they're still on it. Doesn't get to the desired target, and I think that's going to be halftime. It is halftime. Well, I think it's been a 50-50 game. Juventus looked good in the first 10 minutes, and they didn't necessarily take their chances. And AC Milan slowly built into the game and have had the best chance of the game, I believe. And I think based on that, if you're the Milan coach, you're kind of thinking, we just need to keep pressing, keep applying that pressure to Juventus because we've seen that they made mistakes because they're losing the ball a lot, especially in dangerous positions for Juventus. And it's leading to them conceding chances. And I think if you're the Juventus manager as well, you're looking at Jonathan David as a potential sub off the pitch because I think if you're looking at performances, I think he has been a little bit lackluster in that regard. But it's halftime, and while we have like 15 minutes, I'm gonna try and get this timer thing sorted out. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the game going on so far. I know not a lot of people are going to be watching this, but again, it's a test stream. Your feedback is going to be very, very important in terms of, analyzing if this is something I want to be doing more often. But it is something I want to be doing more often. But still, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Below. All right. Let me just check this real quick before we get into the second half. How to do the OBS. I'm literally just checking YouTube right now because I have a timer for no, not a countdown timer, a count up timer. Yes. Good. Literally checking YouTube right now for this because I want to get this timer up and ready before we get into the second half. Before we move into the second half. All right. Where's my headset? Jesus. Where is my headset actually? Where the bloody hell is my headset? Where the bloody hell is my headset? Oh, wait, hold on. Give me a second. What is this connected to? Okay, no, don't connect to this. This is too loud. Ooh. But I'm very like proud of myself how I did the stream setup in terms of the graphics, the thumbnail. I'm actually impressed. I actually am very impressed with myself. Very, very impressed because I think I did a pretty good job. Disconnect. I'm trying to connect this instead. Please work out well. Please work out. No, don't connect here. Can you connect here instead? I'm just trying to get a count up timer, please. Can I get that? Hope I'm not missing any chat going on. All right. No, not yet. Can't even remove the device. I'm literally just trying to connect to my headset to get this. All right. Okay. Got it. I want to get this timer down before the second half comes on. I think the second half is going to be a lot more interesting because I think there's going to be subs, and I think the subs are going to change the game, especially if the subs come from Juve. So let me. All right. Okay. My good. Don't tell me my mouse just died. My mouse battery is dead. Bloody hell. My goodness. My goodness gracious. My mouse is actually dead. All right. Okay. All right. I think I just need to kind of. You wouldn't believe your ears if I told you my mice is literally just died. I'm literally charging it right now. Right now. Where is this? Wow, so many links. Jesus. So many links. All right. All right. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Let me just send this file here. A lot of stuff going on. All right. Got it here. It's literally a code file. I'm really pissed that my mouse is dead. Very, very annoyed with that. You cannot make this up. You legitimately cannot make this up. Mouse dies midstream. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. Oh, that's it for the wireless mouse. You have to use the wired mouse now. Always have a backup. You have to always have a backup. All right, so I gotta take this off actually. All right, give me a second. We're still on it. We're still on it. Um, all right. Can't even see my chat. Why can't I see my chat here? No, nothing going on here. All right, all right. Oh wow! I just realized I didn't talk about the Barcelona loss. I haven't actually watched it, so I think to talk about it would be a little bit, it would be a little bit unfair to talk about the match that I haven't really watched. But a Barcelona loss puts Madrid 3 points ahead of them. Although we have lost, despite the massive loss to Atletico, Barcelona also losing massively to Sevilla, a team you'd actually not expect them to be losing to. So I haven't watched the match. I can't really. I don't want to. I don't really let banter take over the fact that I haven't watched the match. If I haven't watched the match, I'm not gonna really react on it. So yeah, yeah. I can't. I cannot. I cannot do that. Unfortunately. I think I've got the timer stuff down. I think I have. Let me just select my font first. I actually do think I've got the timer fonts down. Oh, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. It's always a positive. Reset. Okay. I thought I had it. I thought I had it. So let's take this out first of all. Duration 5 seconds. No, it's no duration. Mode countdown. No, count up. Yeah. Text source timer. Good. Start timer activation resets. All right. So let's go 45, right? No, I can't go 45. All right. We might have to deal with two scripts. Yeah, so I will watch the I'll watch the Barcelona game and then do a match reaction on that. Oh, we can start it from 45 minutes. Can we? Reset. Oh, we can't. Weird. All right. It's gonna have to go with 0. Reset. Mm, okay. Trying to see if I can start it from 45, but I don't think I can start it from 45. Okay, so this is just okay. This is just the format. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go with it based on night like 1 to 45. It's gonna have to go from 0 to 45, not 45 to 90 minutes. So y'all gonna have to bear with me on that, unfortunately. I mean, I think I'm gonna I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm gonna actually figure out how to start it from 45. I think if I just started from 45, it would just be me being lazy. So I'm gonna actually figure it out how to start it from 45. Give me a second here. It shouldn't be that difficult, you know. What I'm saying? It shouldn't be that difficult. All right, let's transition. Let's see how it looks on screen. Boom. Good. All right. That's positive. That is positive. That is positive stuff. Should I make that white actually? I think that being white might be better. Let me check that. I think that being white might be better. Let me just see how it looks. So we're trying it with white. Definitely. White is definitely better. So I want to see how I can do this without. I think ChatGPT is gonna have to be my friend here. I'm gonna figure out how to do this without making it start from 0. Hopefully, I can figure that out. So ChatGPT is gonna have to be my friend. How to? Oh, pay no mind to that sound. That was just make. Well, we're about to get into the second half here. We're about to get into the second half here, and we're still trying to figure out how. Okay. If you're using a text GDS source, OBS allows timers to script, often via Python. Add a text source, go to sources, to the timer script. Okay. Set the start time. Inside the script, can use the options like starting time. Say this design. Okay, so two scripts. There's edit script. Okay, no, not that. Script log. Python settings. I'm confused. Not finding this Chat GPT. Don't let me down, Chat GPT. In the script panel, I don't see anything in the script panel, Chat GPT. I think it might be on the right side. Might be on the wrong side as well. I'm literally inside cold right now. I don't want to be in cold yet. Literally just want to start in time. Okay. Simple workout down, source name timer. If you can change the duration, the seconds you want as your starting point. All right. We might have to start from 0 because the options I'm seeing here. All right. Let's try and do some a little bit of coding up in here. Stop text, no mode, in mode formats, active, time active. Your current time, current is a start up for literally trying to figure this out. The match is about to begin. I have to start from 0, man. Oh my god. All right, you know what? I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out later. Because the match is about to start. I don't want to miss the timing on it. So I'll figure it out later. I definitely would, but it's kind of a bummer I couldn't figure it out on stream. But it's all right. It's all right. We might have to start from 40 from 0 rather than 45. Or we could just do that and put second half somewhere. I think that might work as well. All right, we're on the way. We're on the way. My stats have vanished again. We are in the Atletico stats for some weird reason. I don't know why SofaScore is trying to do me dirty, but we will pay that no mind. We will pay that no mind. All right, second half is underway. Maybe we'll just highlight it somewhere that is the second half. All right. If anyone comes into stream and asks, we'll just make it known that it's the second half. Although the timer does say 0. All right. Second half is on the way. Juventus in possession of the ball. All right, let's get on to okay. We're still on it. So, playing from left to right, Juventus in the black and white jerseys, obviously. Conceição, right-hand side, makes a good turn in the box, gets a corner very early in the second half. A corner for Juventus. Conceição, a player that I think could be very, very key for Juventus if they can. He'd be very good at unlocking the Juventus defense. What a save from Maignan. Gatti. Conceição, as I was literally talking about him, delivers a beautiful cross into the box. And Gatti with a volley, basically straight at Maignan, but he had to make the save. And it was a good one from Maignan, the French goalkeeper. And it's a free kick for Juventus. They started off the second half very aggressively. Alessio Gallerano in the chat says Forza Juve. A Juventus fan, I would believe. A beautiful cross into the box from Conceição. I believe bounced off to Mori and Gatti. Ooh, a good save for Maignan. Honestly. I think maybe Gatti should be scoring that, but he is a defender, so you can't really say too much about that. But it was a good save for Maignan. First real test for the French goalkeeper. Yildiz, horrible set piece from Yildiz. Horrible delivery into the box, actually. The ball didn't even get to the box. It was just a bad delivery. But the chance from Gatti was the first big chance of the game. First real big chance of the game. I think Milan had one, but it was from Jimenez straight at the goalkeeper. Not really, crazy with that. But I think that the shot from Gatti and the save from Maignan was the first big one. But Juventus are applying the pressure here, coming off the second half, coming into the second half. I mean, they're applying a lot of good pressure here. Again, if you're watching new and you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We have a lot of content coming up in the next few days, weeks, and months. We have a new series that we're trying in the channel, Ones to Watch, where we analyze young upcoming players and predict if they could have the quality to make it to the top of the food chain in the football world. And we've done a very good video on Nico Paz, another Serie A player that I think could be very, very good, when he gets into a team that has a lot of quality, be it Real Madrid or be it somewhere else. So, yeah. Make sure to check that out in the channel. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on more content and potential live streams like this, seeing as this might be the first, it definitely would not be the last. Juventus in the box. Good cross from, I believe, the left back, whose name I'm still running away from. Does he have a good Davide? I'm just going to call him Davide because his surname, I'm not even going to attempt that. So I'm just going to call him Davide, the Milan left back. Good ball from Modric to Rabiot. So throw in for Milan. So yeah, if you want to get more of these exquisitely quality content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you do not miss out when I do post. I will be doing the Sevilla versus Barcelona match reaction when I do actually get the time to rewatch the match. But because I haven't watched it, I cannot be talking about it. That could be a penalty for Milan. And I think it is. Is it? Is it a penalty? I think it is a penalty for Milan. Was it Gatti? Or I think it was Gatti who pushes. Oh, Lloyd Kelly on Jimenez. I think he's got his hand around his shoulders. Modric with a succulent ball into the box. Kelly. That's going to be a very harsh if VAR is going to turn that over. I think it's a penalty. The referee giving it on the pitch. I think it is a penalty. Yep, he is giving it, but they're checking it in VAR. It's going to be very tough for Lloyd Kelly because he does have his hand around Jimenez. And Modric creates an opportunity for Milan to take the game and go in front from a penalty. Delivers a very good ball into the box, and I think if Kelly, it's a penalty. I think VAR has given it as a penalty. Pulisic has the opportunity to put Milan in front here. And if he scores this goal, you have to look at Modric and think that was a good ball to Jimenez. And had he basically, that ball basically, oh my goodness me. Wow. Captain America. More like, Captain, what was that? Oh, Lord have mercy. What a miss. What a miss from Pulisic. Straight over the bar. Doesn't even get it on target. That's reminiscent of Bruno Fernandes against Fulham. Straight over the bar. Pulisic an opportunity for AC Milan to go forward. Modric basically created that opportunity for Jimenez to get that penalty. Gets the penalty. I think it was a pretty soft penalty, but a penalty nonetheless. And Pulisic absolutely skies that. And I mean, for a player of Pulisic's quality, he does have a shot here. Tries another good shot. Di Gregorio makes the save, but you're looking at that. You're looking at a player of the quality of Pulisic, and you're thinking he should be putting that in the back of the net. He should be getting that at least. Get that on target at least. And it's over the bar, and it makes the game more interesting. It does. You know, do Milan have the mentality to come back from that? Because that's a very good opportunity in a game where chances haven't been easy to come by. To be honest, both teams have been very organized defensively, and chances haven't been, they haven't been easy to come by. And you're looking at that big chance for Pulisic, and he's putting that over the bar. Yeah, geez, wow. Hey, Lloyd Kelly, a little bit aggressive, gave away that penalty, and I think that could have been a yellow card, to be honest. I think that could have been a yellow card tackle. Literally swings his foot against, Pulisic. This penalty again. The goalkeeper goes the wrong way, and he puts that over the bar. Allegri couldn't even watch. Allegri couldn't watch, and wow, that was, Captain America when you needed him most. But AC Milan do have another opportunity here. I mean, it's not as clear as a penalty. It's a free kick in a dangerous-ish position where they have a lot of good people who could take the free kick. Modric is on it. Jimenez is on it. But as compared to the free kick, as compared to the penalty, this is not the best position. The penalty would be something you'd expect them to score. But yeah, let's see what they can do. Modric can Modric can take a good free kick. Let's see if it's gonna be a shot. Definitely. Jimenez doesn't even get over the goal. Doesn't even get over the wall. Di Gregorio doesn't hold on to that. Decides to punch it. Interesting choice. Milan, goal kick for Juventus. Again, the miss from Pulisic. You're kind of looking at that and thinking, should be scoring that. And it does hark to the fact that penalties are not easy. They are not easy at all. I had this conversation with a friend actually, where I think it was an argument that I think it started with Cole Palmer, where Palmer hasn't really had a non-penalty goal in a very long time. He hasn't had a lot of penalty goals, and they were like, he's a penalty merchant. And I was like, penalties are not that easy to score. The pressure, kind of moment, a lot of stuff goes into taking a penalty, mentality, stuff like that. It could be a 90 minutes game where your team is losing. You need to score the penalty to equalize, or you need to score the penalty to win the game. It's a lot of pressure, and some players don't have the mentality to do that. I think players like Messi and Ronaldo have contributed to people saying stuff like penalties are easy, tap-ins are easy, because you look at players who have missed penalties, just like in this match, Pulisic. That was a big opportunity for Pulisic to get a game level, and you're thinking, he should be scoring that, and he doesn't score it, due to whatever reasons that might be. And Barcelona again, Lewandowski had an opportunity to level the game against Sevilla, missed a penalty, and it led to them losing the game. So it's a whole lot. I think penalties have been made easy because players like Messi, Ronaldo, they were scoring penalties more consistently than most. The chances of Messi and Ronaldo. Shot from Fofana, Di Gregorio. He's a bit, he's a bit iffy when it comes to actually. Oh, consent out. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. Yeah, definitely a yellow card for Davide, the left back. Pulls Consensao down. He skins Davide, and he was having none of that, and pulls Consensao down. And the referee is kind of having a go at the Juventus manager. He's like, I think he's asking for. I think he was asking for a yellow card, and the ref was kind of like, yeah, I'm doing my job. I was gonna give him a yellow card. Like, calm down, bro. Yeah, but as I was saying, I think Messi and Ronaldo have made stuff like penalties look so easy in the sense that they've scored it so consistently that you look at it and think, you should be scoring it. But these players were not ahead of their time, but they were like ahead of other players in terms of quality and all of that. So definitely they'd be scoring penalties more consistently than most. And I think it has led to people, even tap-ins. I don't think tap-ins are that easy. We've seen a lot of players miss tap-ins that you'd be thinking they should be scoring. And I think that has been the case because players like Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez, Lewandowski, these players have made these skills basically. I think learning how to tap the ball into the back of the net is actually a skill because you need to be in the right position. You need to make sure you're onside, make sure a whole lot of factors come into play. Good cross into the box from Kalulu, but there's no one there to attack it. I said in the first half, I think Jonathan David is definitely the sub to make if you're Juventus. Jonathan David is definitely the sub to make because he's not looking as active. That's Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the crowd. I think it was. So yeah, I think these quality players. Good flick from Jimenez. What was that from Salamancers? Delivered a horrible cross into the box. Horrible cross. I don't even know what that was from him. I think Rafael Leão for AC Milan is warming up, or is that Loftus-Cheek? I think it is Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, it is Loftus-Cheek, not Leão. I think Leão is injured. I think he's on the bench because he's injured. But again, as I was saying, I think these quality players have made these skills, penalties, tap-ins, they've made it look so easy that when we see average players miss stuff like penalties, tap-ins, you're kind of thinking, oh, you should be scoring that. But I don't think it's that easy, to be honest. The amount of players I've seen miss tap-ins that you'd be thinking they should be scoring, the amount of players I've seen miss penalties that you'd be thinking they should be scoring, it has led to me, knowing that these skills are not easy. Obviously, in the grand scheme of, technique and stuff going on in football, stuff like penalties, tap-ins, they are easier than maybe scoring a solo run, scoring a long-range goal, scoring a free kick, stuff like that. Penalties and tap-ins would be easier, but to be able to convert those chances consistently, you would have to be... Okay, Leão is coming on. All right, I was right. So Leão is coming on, Loftus-Cheek is coming on. So to be able to convert those chances consistently, you have to be on the level of Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, Haaland, Mbappe, these players that have consistently that quality to produce day to day. So I think the long and short is I don't think penalties are easy. I don't even think tap-ins are easy, to be honest. So I'm always, kind of grateful when players, especially Real Madrid players, score penalties because I'm like, yeah, you could have missed that. You really could have missed that. But I think so far in the game, momentum has shifted from Juventus back to Milan. I think, again, both teams have been defensively solid. The really big chances that have come for both teams, first was Gatti, where Maignan made the save. It was more of a, kind of scramble in the box from the cross from Conceição, and then the best chance for Milan was the penalty that Pulisic decided to put into the stands. But I think apart from that, they've been defensively solid. They've been defensively organized, especially AC Milan. I think they have kept Yildiz very quiet, very, very quiet. I've been very impressed with that, because you look at a player of the quality of Yildiz and what he's been doing in the Inter Milan match and in Champions League games, to keep him quiet is definitely something to be proud of. Because I think if Juventus could get Conceição and Yildiz into the game, I think they can definitely start cooking. For sure. They can for sure start cooking something good. But it's a corner for Juventus, where I believe Yildiz or Conceição is going to be taking it. I think it's Yildiz. I believe it's Yildiz. Cross into the box. Good cross. No one there to attack it. Oh, whoa. It's a foul from the Juve player on Davide. Second name I'm not going to try and pronounce. That's what I'm going to be calling him now. Davide, second name I'm not going to try and pronounce. If you're new to the channel, again, and you do want to get some quality premium football content, Loftus Cheek attempts to put a cross into the box. Jonathan David again. Oh, is that Yildiz or Cambiaso? It's Cambiaso. Thought it was Yildiz. I'd be more. It would have been more of a threat if it was Yildiz, but he does come back. But if you are new to the channel and you do want to get some quality football content, we do match reactions, football analysis, match analysis, manager analysis, player analysis, and we're trying to introduce a new series into the channel called Ones to Watch, where we do analyze young upcoming footballers in maybe obscure teams that we're not hearing about. Yildiz, good opportunity, gets a corner. Maybe young players that you've not heard about in different leagues. We're going to try and analyze them and see if they could be the next big thing. And we're going to make it a weekly series. One episode every week. Fridays every week. One episode. We've done an episode on Nico Pass on Como. Very good video. I think it's worth a watch. It's really, really worth a watch. And if you're new to the channel, make sure, if you want to get a hold, get your hand, be the first in the football community to get your hand on these premium content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on stuff like this. Leão sees Di Gregorio off his line. Ambitious. He saw Di Gregorio off his line, tried it, didn't work. He tried it, but it didn't work. So if you do want to get your hand on these quality content that will be coming onto the channel, make sure to subscribe and also hit the like button. I would appreciate that. It will let me know if you guys want to see more live content. That's definitely one thing I want to know, if you guys want to see more live content. So 20 minutes into the second half, let's have a look at some of the stats in the game. So possession, pretty 50-50, as I said in the first half. But Juventus making the subs. Yeah, I think Yildiz coming off definitely needed to happen, because I think he has been kept very quiet. Very, very, very quiet this game. Yildiz coming off. Wow, the entire front three is coming off. Okay. Ballsy changes. These are some ballsy changes from the Juventus manager. Jonathan David is off. Yildiz is off. Conceição is off. And I think, to be honest, big ballsy changes. And I think it's necessary changes, because Yildiz has been kept very quiet. Props to I think if you're Milan, if you can get it, I don't know if a point would be good for Milan. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at the league table in Serie A. So Milan are actually ahead of Juventus. So if Milan can get a point, I think a point for Milan away from home would actually not be bad. And if you're able to get a point, if you're Milan at the moment, you'd kind of look at your defensive structure and think, they did well to keep Consensao and Yield is very quiet. So if Milan are able to get something from this game, I think you look at that. You look to that and say that could have been the big reason. But I think so far Milan have had as soon as I say that, they almost slipped Openda in. Loftus Cheek. I think Milan have had a really difficult time creating chances, to be honest. And as soon as I say that, Loftus Cheek does well to hold on to the ball. Yeah, I think Milan have had a difficult time creating chances. I think both teams have had a difficult time creating chances. Both teams have had a difficult time creating chances. Milan, as well as Juventus, have had tough times. Good interception from Tomori, because Openda was through on goal there. Had to make that interception. Yo, FGH, what's going on? A consistent, he is a consistent viewer of the channel, FGH. I see your comments on most videos. It's good. Can Openda keep that in? He can. He can't. He can. Oh, what went on there? Tomori thought it was a goal kick for Milan. I don't know what happened there. So Openda takes the ball to the byline, and I think he thought he kept that in. Okay, he didn't keep it in. So he thought he kept it in, and Tomori thought it was out for a goal kick. And Openda kept driving into the box, and Tomori was literally standing there doing the Jude Bellingham celebration. And Tomori was running through on goal and almost did something, but it was a goal kick actually. At the end of the day, it was a goal kick. Cross into the box from Milan. Nothing crazy. Rabiot, Modric, ball. Pulisic puts a good cross into the box. Leão. He misses. Good opportunity again for AC Milan. Cross into the box from Pulisic. And Leão, unmarked, gets onto the end of the cross, takes the ball down, has all the time in the world, and squares it off target. Doesn't even hit the post, nothing. Jeez. Milan. Very, very wasteful. Very wasteful. Very, very, very wasteful, Milan. Love the graphics. Yeah, I got it. The inspiration is literally from Mark Goldbridge's watchalongs. So definitely take a clip and send it to him. Let him know he's inspiring. He's inspiring people to do their own live streams. Pulisic has been taken off for Nkunku. He will be disappointed with himself for missing that penalty. he will be very, very disappointed with himself for missing that penalty. Milan, Leão on the break here. Too much touch on the ball. That's a yellow card for Locatelli or Thuram. It's not. It's none of them. It's none of Locatelli or Thuram. It was someone else. Gatti, I believe. It was Gatti or Gani. It is Gatti. Yellow card for Gatti, stopping Leão on the break. He's always smiling, Leão. He's always smiling. Always has a good smile on his face. He's just a jolly fellow. Just a jolly fellow. Jolly good old fellow. Modric on the end of a free kick. Sorry about that. Don't know what. Sorry, gotta clear my throat a little bit. That was a weird free kick routine from. I mean, this chance from Leão. Good cross from Pulisic. Gets on the end of that. Had all the time in the world. Had all the time in the world, Leão. Oh? Openda! Bad shot. McKennie, good chance, squares it to Openda. Juventus on the break, horrible shots. I think he could have cut that back, tried to go further, tried to look for Vlahovic. But he went himself. Yo, good spin. Come on. He's getting fouled a lot. He's a foul magnet, Leão. His pace and technicality on the ball makes him a foul magnet, Rafael Leão. He's come onto the field and he's gotten 2 fouls now. Something Pulisic wasn't able to do. How's Modric doing? He's okay. He's steady, you know. It feels like I'm watching Modric playing for Real Madrid. He's very steady, hardly making any mistakes. He probably has the best pass completion on the field at the moment. And he did create that chance with his pass for for Milan to get the penalty. So I think he's been very steady, very consistent, and very Modric, as you'd expect. Good ball for Juventus. They're building up well. Ball from McKennie, Kalulu on the right-hand side. Horrible cross. Modric with the interception. The game is picking up in tempo here. Both teams are going end to end. The ball didn't go out. I don't think that was a throw-in. I don't think that was a throw-in. Oh, my stats board from. I don't know why I keep switching to the Atletico Celta Vigo match. Give me a second, I'll just change that. I have to find a different way. Good shots from Cambiaso. Is that Cambiaso or Vlahovic? That's Cambiaso. Jeez, can I take this off? Oh, I just realized. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. I turned off my Bluetooth because I was trying to connect my headset to my other system, and I forgot I turned off my Bluetooth, and I was literally saying my wireless mouse was dead, not knowing my Bluetooth was just off. I'm a weird guy. Of course I'm gonna turn off my Bluetooth and blame my mouse for dying. Sorry for the stats thing. I don't know why I keep switching to the Atletico match. Very strange. Very strange. But we're back. We are back on the Juve Milan match. I think there's a goal in this game. I don't think this is a 0-0 game. I think there is a goal in this game. Definitely. I can smell a goal in this game. I can sense a goal in this game. And I think it might come from Leão. I think Leão might cook something because he's come onto the game and he has raised the tempo of the game since he's been on. And I think Modric, he's good at finding players who can make a difference. You've seen that a lot of times at Real Madrid. And I think Modric could do that, find Leão in a good position. And I think Leão could use his pace to his advantage. He's going to be going at Gatti now that Gatti has a yellow card to try and get him sent off. So that's something you should be looking out for. We have about 10 minutes to go. Not 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 10 minutes, yeah, 10 minutes to go. About 10 minutes to go. I really do think there's a goal in this match. I don't think this match ends 0-0. And I think if this match ends 0-0, you have to look at both teams defensively. They've been very organized. Very organized defensively. I think getting to the latter stages, like in this 80th minute, as we're heading into the 80th minute, is where you would say Milan have been a lot more aggressive. Yeah. But I think both teams have been very solid defensively. Milan did very well to keep Yildiz, Conceição. Not really on Jonathan David, maybe Yildiz and Conceição only. I think they did very well, Milan, to keep those two quiet. Good ball over the top from Juventus. Openda, he's being held down by Davide. I think that's a foul. Good ball to Rabiot. Not enough. Pavlovic in the V-Day. Back to Maignan. 10 minutes to go. Loftus-Cheek, former Chelsea player. Oh. Pavlovic is on the floor. But the ref says play on. Tomori, the Loftus-Cheek, can't really do much with that. Has to go back. Again, I think Milan has found it very difficult to build up and create proper chances. They found it very, very difficult. I think the Juventus system has played a role in that, as the Salamanca's tries to flick it on away from Lloyd Kelly. Is not able to do that. What do Juventus have next after the international break? I mean, the international break, the last international break, I didn't create any content. I think we're going to try and create a lot more this international break. We'll analyze some players. Mastantuono, I'm looking at analyzing. Antoine Semenyo, I'm looking at analyzing, some really, really interesting players that have been cooking this season. I'm looking at analyzing the international break. Openda is down. Oh, Juventus have Como. To be real with you, I might watch that. Juventus versus Como, I might watch that. Mainly because I wanted to have a really good look at Nico Paz. I have had a good look at him, but I have not watched a full match of Nico Paz. So I think our next Serie A match might be Como versus Juventus. That might be our next watch along. Milan. What do Milan have next, actually? Milan have Fiorentina. Not really worth the watch. And that might actually be the interesting match. Napoli have Torino. Not worth the watch. Let me just check the Serie A matches, actually. I think Juventus Como might be interesting. We're not Como in the league as well. They are 8th, which is actually good. They've lost 1 game this season. They've also won 1 game this season. McKennie, right-hand side. Can he put a good cross into the box? He cannot. He gets it from the rebound, though. Pass it back to Kalulu. Kalulu is he's very impatient, Kalulu, when he gets the ball. He gets the ball and he's always looking to quickly release it. You know, sometimes you just have to hold on to the ball a little bit. Roma Inter might be interesting as well. That's a Saturday. Oh. We might do Saturday, Sunday, actually. Roma Inter, Como Juventus. Those might be interesting matches. Kefren Turan. Back to Locatelli. McKennie again. Nothing really being created. Kalulu. Is he going to be trigger happy and release the ball? He isn't. Lays it off to McKennie. 5 minutes to go. Gatti. Over to Lloyd Kelly. Over to... who is that? Cambiaso? Cambiaso, ball into the box. Tomori's there to clear it. It's a corner for Juve. The Bianconeri. It's a corner for them. So I'm thinking our next match, Kostic is coming on for Cambiaso for Juventus. Oh no, sorry, Kostic is coming on for Rugani for Juventus. Which is a weird sub because Kostic is not a center back and Rugani is. So you're thinking that Juventus might be going to a back 4. I think Kalulu is going to center back and Kostic is going to be playing his spots because Kostic is not a center back and he's come on for you can see Kalulu is gone to the center back position and Kostic is on the wing. So it's a back 4, I believe, for Juventus. Or maybe still a back 3. I see maybe Locatelli is joining the back line. Okay, I think it's a back 4. Yeah. I think it's a 4-5-1 that Juventus are trying to employ here. Yeah, so I was saying I think our next Serie A watch along might be Roma Inter. I don't want to do Premier League watch alongs. Sorry about that. I don't want to do Premier League watch alongs because I think there's already too many people doing Premier League watch alongs. There's already too many people doing Real Madrid watch alongs, you know. There's also a lot of people doing Champions League watch alongs. And I'm like, you know what? Not a lot of people are doing Serie A watch alongs. I might be wrong, but from what I've seen, not a lot of people doing Serie A watch alongs. And I think Serie A this season has a lot of quality in the league. And I think matches like Roma versus Inter, you know, Como versus Juventus, even Atalanta versus Lazio could be an interesting game, but we'll have to pick one of Como. It's a 10:30 a.m. kickoff. Como versus Juventus. That's very early game. Then Roma versus Inter is a 6 p.m. kickoff. So it's definitely something I'll be looking at. Definitely. But 3 minutes to go of normal time. It's looking like this might be a step. Oh, good pass from Kefren Turan. Good interception from the Milan defense. Vlahovic would have been through on goal there if he got a foot to it. Kostic tries to cross. Blocked by Tomori, and they get a corner. I think the stats tell a good story of the game. It has been a 50-50 game. I think the second half, Milan had better chances as compared to the first half. Good cross into the box, no one is really there. Milan have been very physical. I think that is what has helped them, and they did that well when it came to keeping Conceição and Yildiz quiet. I think their physicality, when it comes to second balls, when it comes to winning balls off players that are not necessarily fully concentrating, they're always active in that regard, and it has helped them to keep this game as it is. And I think Juventus have just been defensively organized. Vlahovic getting very, very angry at the Juventus players for not applying the press. He seemed to be the only one applying that press there. Salamancas, right hand side for Milan. Modric, always a threat in terms of delivering a good ball into the box. Oh, he's still on it. Modric, I said it to Leão. Does he score this? What a miss from Leão. Love to his cheek. I mentioned Modric and Leão. I did mention Modric and Rafael Leão. Good ball from Modric. Leão in a good position. I don't know what he's trying to do. I think he tries to dink the goalkeeper. You're supposed to go with power in that position. Modric delivers a sweet ball into the box from Leão. I mentioned this, that Modric is very good at finding players who can make a difference in the game. And he did well to find Leão in that position. And Leão, you'd expect better from him. I don't know, he tries to dink the goalkeeper from like quite a distance. It's not that far, it's in the 18-yard box, but you'd expect him to hit that. Like, look at this, good pass from Modric. And you'd expect him to hit this with power. Near post, he tries to go for a dink. Modric. Weird from Leão. You'd expect him. Allegri is pissed because he knows that was a good chance. He knows that was a good chance for Milan to take the lead there. Well, we're into added time, 3 minutes. And it's looking like, to be honest, a draw is a good result for Milan, seeing as they're already ahead of Juventus on the points board, and it's also away from home. But if you're Allegri, you're looking at this game, and there have been like 3 opportunities where your side should have at least, caused more issues for Di Gregorio. The penalty missed from Pulisic, the opportunity for Leão just seconds ago, and if Juve scored from this opportunity, good cross into the box, no one is there, but the pressure is applied from Kalulu, I believe. Kefren Turan over the... Tomori is getting very, very angry here. Tomori is getting very, very aggressive. I don't know whether it's to the ref or it's to his fellow players. Okay. And Kunku attempts to keep the ball. Cannot keep it. Asking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Basically have seconds to go. I don't think Juve will be looking for the win here. It'll be dangerous to go looking for the win and lose the ball in a position where you can get counted on. But I think, as I said earlier, the stats, as the game is coming to a close here of like 20 seconds, the stats do tell a good story to the game. It has been a very balanced game. Total shot, 12-13, goalkeeper saves, 4-3, fouls, 15-8, passes, literally almost the same, 463, 466. And the game comes to a close. It's a 0-0, a little bit of a lackluster game here for my first watch along, but it was interesting to see 2 teams that I think were very organized defensively. They were very, very organized defensively. Milan did very well to hold off Yildiz and Constanzao. And I think in the second half, Milan did get the better chances, apart from the one Gatti had that shot straight at the goalkeeper. And I think if you're Allegri, you're not too vexed with the result, because I think a 0-0 in the position Milan are in the league, you're kind of thinking maybe, it's not that bad. Away from home as well. If this was a home game for Milan, maybe Allegri would be a little bit more vexed because they had better chances to score and they didn't do that. But I think it was a good game, good show of defensive organization and defensive quality from both teams. And yeah, good results for Milan. I think good results for both teams. It's not really, both teams don't really lose in this situation. But yeah, very good first stream, very interesting first stream. Hopefully by the time we have the next stream coming on, everything will be more set up than it is. We'll have the timer and stuff ready, we'll have stats ready, we'll have maybe different lineups and stuff ready for the next match. But thank you for tuning in, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're watching not live, let me know what you guys think about the whole thing, the setup, the stream, the graphics, everything, because as usual, I will say that on stream. Any feedback from you guys would be greatly appreciated. Stay safe out there.